Good morning. It is an honor to be presenting to you today the achievements or the accomplishments of the Provincial Tourism, Culture and Arts Office for the calendar year 2023. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Provincial Information Office for this opportunity so that the people would know what did Pitikau do for this 2023. So let me tell you first what is Pitikau and what is its mandate. Pitikau is the Provincial Tourism, Culture and Arts Office under the auspices of the provincial government of Albay. Its mandate is to promote, develop the tourism assets of Albay so that it will be given it will be used by our fellow Albayanos as an industry wherein they can get livelihood opportunities. So this is to provide wider livelihood opportunities for economic development for our fellow Albayanos, and also to preservation of local culture and the arts so that we'll be able to make use of this also for our tourism purposes. Okay, so what are the major programs of the Provincial Tourism Office or PTCAO? First is the Tourism Development and Promotion Program. Second is the Culture and the Arts Preservation and Development Program. And then number 3 is the maintenance of the Albay Biosphere Reserve Management, Promotion and Networking. And then Linion Hill Development and Management and other economic enterprises of Albay. Okay, let's start with the Tourism Development Promotion Program. So the purpose of this program or the objective is to increase tourist arrivals for wider economic opportunities for Albayanos through tourism. First major program of the tourism development is the Magayon Festival. Unlike the usual month-long activities, Magayon Festival 2023 was downsized into 2 weeks to give emphasis on the following highlight events: culture and arts, trade and industry, lively shows, capacity development, daily events, educational events, sports, special interests, and other ride-on events. So the Magayon Festival's theme was to showcase everything beautiful in Albay. And the Beer and Food Plaza plus Trade Fair had a new venue for this year. It used to be at the Peñaranda Park, but this year it was held at the old Legazpi Airport parking area. Okay, approximately there was a total of 70 events that were held during the Magayon Festival 2023. For culture and arts, there were 7. The nightly shows, 3. The daily events, 4. The highlight events, 13. Capacity development, 2. Sports, 7. Special interests, 13. Trade and industry, 6. Educational, 2. And ride-on events, 5. So for the highlight events, we had the opening concert and closing concert. For the opening concert, we had Gigi Delana, and we also had our Search for Daragang Magayon, and also the opening of the art exhibits, the street presentation that was participated by the 18 LGUs. But for this year, there were 9 LGUs that participated. And for the closing, we had Glock 9 with Diwata. For culture and arts events, we had the nightly shows participated by the various schools and LGUs. So there was a showcase of talent by these various schools and LGUs. For nightly shows, we had concerts at the Beer and Food Plaza. Local talents were showcased. Local bands had the opportunity to sing for the public. We had trade and industry events. So, aside from the Beer and Food Plaza, we had the Agri Fiesta that was held at the Albay Provincial Agricultural Office. And also, we had Co-op Forum, the Cooperative Forum, and the Job Fair. There was also the DTI Trade Fair that was held at the Albay Capitol lobby. So these were trade and industry opportunities for the locals to earn from. So we had capacity development events. We had a photography seminar. We had Mr. George Tapan himself as our speaker. So it was an opportunity for our local photographers to learn from Mr. George Tapan. And we had this dance learning activity coming from the DepEd teachers outside of Albay. So our local students had the opportunity to learn from teachers outside of Albay to hone their dancing skills. This was held at SM Legazpi. So for the daily events, the photo and art exhibit at the Capitol area was an opportunity for the local photographers to showcase their talents, and they also earned from this because there were photos that were sold, and of course those who have availed of the food stalls at the Beer and Food Plaza had their opportunity to earn from the activity. So there were educational events wherein various schools participated in the activities, such as Bicol University, Aquinas, University of Santo Tomas Legazpi, and the likes. So there were special interest events. These special interest events are the cosplay, the Mayon 360 ultramarathon. So there was also the Hataw at Galaw, participated in by the local dancers, the local dance groups, and also the street parade. For the sports events, there was we had the dance sport, and we had the boxing at the park, or this time we did this at the LCC. And then the football competition, the chess tournament, we had the tennis tournament and golf tournament. There was also the volleyball tournament at the Sawangan Park. Okay, so those were the activities of the Magayon Festival 2023, and you're very fortunate that the governor supported it very much, and we had firsts. We experienced firsts in that that Magayon Festival edition, wherein during the opening ceremony, we almost had 15,000 spectators or attendees during the concerto sa Magayon. Okay, the next major program of the a major activity under the tourism development program is the product circuit development projects. So when we say product circuit development projects, this is the development of the tourism destinations and the packaging of these tourism destinations for our tourists to avail. So under this project, we had these specific activities. Number one, we had the Department of Tourism's national validation trip for Siram, wherein the officials from the Department of Tourism National was able to validate all the authentic cuisines that we have here in Albay, so that we can come up with the Albay food gastronomy circuit. So this is to showcase our local food so that we can promote our local food as against fast food. So because we want to preserve the preparation of slow food. And then we had number two, the DOT National Stakeholders Validation of Tourism Circuits for the Philippine Experience Program. So we had the opportunity to cater to or to showcase to national travel agencies and also the officials of DOT National our tourism assets here in Albay last November 3. November 3 to 5. So prior to that, there was a preparations phase on how to present our destinations to these officials and to these travel agencies. So there was a validation tour that happened in the months of August and September, and then there were consultative meetings that occurred. So these are the validation with DOT national delegations for CIRAM. Okay. So, yes, last October 8 to 10, 2023, 104 delegates composed of national tour operators, regional directors, dignitaries, and pertinent DOT officials, as well as foreign attachés, came to Albay for the PHILEX program. And then there was a 2-day tour around Albay showcasing the best tourist attractions and activities, local culture, and local cuisine and products. So the governor had the opportunity to welcome DOT Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco, and the talents from Bicol University presented to Secretary Frasco their talents through a cultural presentation. And then the Santo Domingo Dance Troupe were the ones who welcomed Secretary Frasco at the Bicol International Airport. So the PHILEX was participated in by the 18 LGUs. So the first during the first day, the LGU 3rd district was able to present the LGUs of the 2nd district were able to present their tourism assets, culture and arts, trade and industry wealth at Cagsawa Ruins. And then for the second day, the 1st district was able to gather together and showcase their tourism assets and culture and arts assets also at the Casa Simeon in Bacacay, Albay. And then the 3rd district was able to showcase their tourism assets at Kawa Hill, specifically a bamboo set tomb section of the Kawa Hill. So DOT Secretary was very happy about this Albay Sorsogon leg of this PHILEX, which is a program also of the Department of Tourism, because the LGUs was able to exceed the expectation of the secretary when we had this when we executed this program here in Albay. So under the tourism promotion program, there are other projects and activities that we implement, such as the participation in travel and trade fairs, promotion in quadrimedia, tourism assistance and frontline services, conduct of tourism arrival survey and same-day visitors, support to MICE program. MICE means meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibits, the capacity building for tourism workers, and maintenance of associations. So let's start with participation in travel and trade fairs. For this year, we had 6 travel and trade fairs. We participated in 6 travel and trade fairs all over the Philippines. Okay, so the first one was the 30th Philippine Travel Agencies Association Travel Tour Expo 2023 that was held in February 3 to 5 at SMX Convention Center in Pasay City. This event showcased the diverse tourism products and services through destination exhibits, cultural presentations, tour package promotions, product presentation, and culinary fusion, among others. The highlight of this activity was the participation of our local dancers, specifically coming from the Bicol University Magayan Dance Troupe, in the national dance competition, wherein they bagged the 4th place all over the Philippines in this competition. Then the next one was the Central Philippine Tourism Expo 2023, last June 16 to 18, 2023, held at Iloilo Convention Center, Iloilo City. The Department of Tourism 5 has chosen Albay Province as Bicol's official representative for the said competition through the Bicol University dancers. Okay, and then number 3 is the CLICONEX Convention 2023, held at Legazpi City Convention Center. So this was last August 23. The Convergence of Luzon ICT Champions Conference and Exhibitions 2023 is aimed at supporting and sustaining the growth of the IT BPM industry in Luzon. So we were able to extend assistance to the participants of this CLICONEX convention and promote the local tourism industry in this CLICONEX convention. And then the fourth one is the participation in the second Bicol Tourism Food Expo. This was held last August 24 to 27 in Pili, Camarines Sur, and actually there were two successive activities in this endeavor, in this expo. The first was the Beatfex, and the second one was the 6th Food and Beverage Expo. So the second Beatfex and 6 Fabex enabled Piticao to showcase and promote Albay region-wide, and also enabled the Albay Tourism Advisory Council sectors to showcase their 2 packages and services. So the Travel and Trade Fair was an opportunity for Piticao to promote its tourism assets that aims to benefit the tourism industry in Albay. Then the last one was the 34th Philippine Travel Mart 2023, held last September 1 to 3, 2023 at SMX Convention Center in Pasay City. DOT5 has invited Piticao to take part in this tourism endeavor and was asked to represent Region 5 in the regional showcase during the opening day. So, we had the opportunity to bring local talent that was already who's already making it big in Metro Manila, and she entertained everyone in this travel and trade fair. Okay, these are the photos for our of these activities. Okay, so let's now proceed to the next projects or program of the tourism development. We have tourist assistance and frontline services ongoing at the Bicol International Airport and at the lobby of our office, which is the Provincial Tourism Cultural Affairs Office, and we call this division as the Tourism Information Assistant Division, or the TIAD. The frontline services to walk-in tourists and airport arrival assistance desk at the Bicol International Airport, wherein Piticao is able to extend assistance to tourists that approach the Visitors Information Lounge of the DOT5, found at the arrival area of the BIA. And then for tourist VIP assistance through welcome arrivals, ocular visits, tourism assistance desk, and Albay tours. So we have to qualify that we cater to tourists, or we provide services to tourists that are guests of the province. But if they for assistance that for walk-in tourists, we facilitate them to the right service provider, because we would like the private sector to earn from this industry. So these are the photos of our services, of the tourists that avail our frontline services. Okay, so we had our tourist assistance desk put up during the 4th South Luzon DRRM Congress. Okay. Approximately, we have, for this year, we had 20 groups that availed of these frontline services, such as specifically the United States Embassy YCLI Tour, GSAC and YouTube awardees, CBSWA British Guests, PGSO Regional Convention Tour, Pilipinas Dream Team Tour, NCCA Ocular of Heritage Sites / UNACOM Site Inspection, Napua School of Planning Albay Tour, Cebu Pacific SEBIS Awardees Tour in Albay, Korean Visitors Tour for Community Projects, 4L National Representative Ocular Inspection of Albay, Malacanang Guest Assistance, British Broadcasting Corporation coverage, Canadian Tour Hospitality Management Speakers, NCCA Inspection Team, Japanese Embassy Tour, LGU Palayan City Nueva Ecija Tour, Binibining Pilipinas Albay Photo Shoot, Miss Earth Philippines Shoot in Albay, PPMIN Delegates Tour, DOT's Philippine Experience Program Delegates Tour. Okay, so next major projects that we had projects and activities under the Tourism Development Promotion Program is the promotion in quadrimedia. So PTCAO maintains accounts in various social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So in this, you will be able to find the our tourism assets and whatever Albay can offer to our tourists. Okay, so with these endeavors, we try to collect our tourist arrivals. So because this is also a requirement by Department of Tourism, and aside from that, by the seal of good local governance of the DILG. So for the third quarter, since we collect quarterly, we already have a total of 614,391 local tourists, and for foreign tourists is 7,883. So we will be collecting again where as 2024 starts, that fourth quarter tourist arrivals of 2023. So we will be announcing the final tourist arrivals for the year 2024 and our future exposure here at PIO Net TV, and also you'll find that report at our FB page. The tourist arrival survey comparison first to third quarter. So first to third quarter total for 2022 is 510,018, and for 2023 622,273. So we can see an increase in tourist arrivals for the same period for 2022 and 2023. Okay. So for the same day visitors report, same day visitors as against tourist arrivals. So their difference is the same day visitors report is the reports gathered from tourist attractions, meaning to say that the tourists didn't stay 24 hours in that area, in that destination, while the tourist arrivals is being retrieved from the accommodation facilities because they were able to stay overnight or for the 24 hours in that area. So that's the difference between these two statistical reports. So for the same day visitors report, for first quarter we have a total of 310,971. Second quarter, 475,145, and for the third quarter, 295,065. So for the 3 quarters, we already recorded a total of 1,081,181 same-day tourist arrivals. Okay. As to the support to the MICE programs, meaning meetings, incentives, convention, exhibits, and programs, since we have convention centers here in Albay, aside from the conventions being held in the various hotels, we are able to cater to MICE conventions. So we support this because this really bring tourists here in Albay. So the first was the United States Embassy's COLLE 10th anniversary last January 27, 2023, where we had 50 tourist youth ambassadors coming from America and Southeast Asia that participated in this 10th anniversary that was held here in Legazpi City. We had the CBSWA Faculty and Guest Cultural and Historical Tour last February 8. The Philippine Association of General Services Officers Regional Convention. The United Architects of the Philippines, UAP. And then the NAVFORSOL Sama-Sama Bilateral Exercise Hosted Reception Dinner held at NAVFORSOL. Okay. So, for capacity building for tourism workers, so we upgrade the skills and knowledge of our tourism workers so that we will be at par with national standards and international standards that is being set by the DOT. We provide or we facilitate trainings for tourism workers. So what we say, what we lack in infrastructure, we compensate through high standard of services. So we provide seminars, facilitate seminars so that we'll be able to achieve this objective. First, we had the Integrated Tourist-Oriented Police for Community Order and Protection or ITAPCAP training that was held last January 10 to 13, 2023 in Ligao City. There were 62 police officers that were trained during said seminar. And then next, we had the ADB Skills UpNet Study Grant Culinary and Kitchen Management Training last February 16, 2023 at Apicius Culinary School. So there were 25 DOT accredited members trained. We are fortunate that among the 6 provinces here in the Bicol region, Albay was granted this ADB grant. We formed a network, specifically those that were from homestay program. They were the ones who were benefited from this training that was given by the ADB. Next, we have the Filipino Brand of Service Excellence training given by the Department of Tourism. So, for the province of Albay, the province of Albay had to train about 1,000 1,000 tourism workers as targeted by the Department of Tourism. So we had 150 CAAP personnel trained last April 13 to 15, and also 43 frontliners of the 3rd District Coastal Beach Resort owners of Albay last June 2, 2023 that was held at Victoria Bay Resort, Uwas, Albay. Okay. Actually, we received an award from the OT Region 5 as the province with the most number of tourism workers trained for FBSC for 2023. Okay. To discuss further about the ADB Skills Up Network grant, the Dagos Tabi Albay Micro and Small Accommodation Enterprises Network for tourism sector had this opportunity to acquire knowledge and skills on tourism services with the following trainings. First, the culinary and kitchen management training held last February 16 to July 20, 2023 under APISUS. So there were 25 DOT accredited homestay and accommodations with restaurants who were able to participate in this training. The second one was a housekeeping training under the Canadian Tourism Hospitality Institute. That's August 2023 at Marisberis Garden. That was batch 1. And then the batch 2 was at La Fontana Resort. So a total of 30 DOT accredited homestay and accommodations were benefited from this training. So there was also website and digital marketing training that was held at Casa Lorenzo last September 11 to 15 and 18 to 22, 2023. About 15 DOT accredited homestay and accommodations establishments were able to acquire this training. Excuse me. Another capacity building training that was given to the tourism stakeholders in Albay was the Tourism Works, or Tourism Integrates Supports and Minds Women's Rights and Child Safety. Excuse me. About 60 tourism stakeholders were trained. The aim of this training was to ensure the rights and the safety of women and children and tourism establishments in Albay, to secure them from the risk of being abused or taken advantage in the tourism industry. This is one of the Gender and Development Program of the Department of Tourism, adopted by the Provincial Tourism Office. Class, another Filipino brand of service training for tourism and cultural workers was held last December 1, 2023 at AVP Function Hall. About 60 tourism stakeholders were trained, and also cultural workers participated. The frontliners of the National Museum in Barangay Busay, Daraga, Albay, sent their representatives. Also, the Legazpi City Museum also sent their representatives, and other government offices that provide frontline services also sent their participants, so that they'll be knowledgeable in the Filipino brand of service excellence by the Department of Tourism. Okay, so we have maintenance of associations. So what are the associations that PTCAO serve or we provide services to? First is the Albay Tourism Advisory Council. Next is the Albay Culture and Arts Council. And the third one is the Albay Tourism Officers Association. The Albay Tourism Advisory Council is a council wherein participated in all by the tourism stakeholders of Albay and also concerned agencies. Albay Culture and Arts Council is composed of the various cultural workers, artists of the different the creative disciplines in the culture and arts field. So there are 9 disciplines of culture and the arts. And then the Albay Tourism Officers Association is composed of the tourism officers of the 18 LGUs in Albay, including the Provincial Tourism Officer. Now we proceed to the second major program of PTCAO, which is the Culture and Arts Preservation and Development Program. Okay, so for the Culture and Arts Preservation and Promotion, we had these activities for the year 2023. We celebrated the National Arts Month last February 2023. During the National Arts Month celebration, we had the Albay Artists Forum held in February 28. So for the Albay Artists Forum, we had the opportunity to to provide information to the local artists of the Republic Act on the creative law. And our speaker then came from the NEDA. So our local artist was updated on the creative law. And then the Heritage Law and Cultural Mapping Workshop held last February 28, 2023 by the NCCA and UNESCO or UNACOM, UNESCO National Commission Manila. So we had the Magayon Festival Cultural and Arts events from May 8 to 21. We had the National Heritage Month celebration last May 1 to 31. The 125th Philippine Independence Day celebration last June 12, 2023. And then the Provincial celebration of the 158th General Simeon Ola Day last September 2, 2023. Okay. And then other cultural linkaging with tourism stakeholders. So we support various local festivals like the Kagsawa Festival of Daraga, Puto Owas Festival of Owas Albay, Pulang-Anggi Festival of Pulangi, Libon Paroy Festival of Libon Albay, Coron Festival of Tiwi, Karagumoy Festival of Bakakay, Kipya Festival of Villar, and the other festivals of Albay. And then there was one major activity this year wherein Pitikau gave all-out support to LGU Tiwi, which is to LGU Tiwi's Coron Festival in the DOT5 Regional Street Dance Competition during the Kasanggayahan Festival 2023. This was held October 17, 2023 in Sorsogon City, Sorsogon. So, being the grand champion in the Magayon Festival 2023, the Coron Festival of LGU Tiwi was sent as the official representative of the province of Albay in the DOT5 Regional Street Dance Competition during the Kasanggayahan Festival 2023. So, we sent a financial assistance of 400,000. So PGA provided 400,000 for this for LGU to be able to start their practices and other purchases of the materials that they will be needing to participate in this activity. So Coron Festival bagged the best festival costume queen, and we congratulate Tiwi for their participation and for their good performance during the said street dance competition. So we had the Christmas Park 2023. We spearheaded the opening program, the Christmas lighting ceremony last December 1, wherein we had other sub-activities within that within the Christmas lighting ceremony, the gift-giving activity led by Governor Greg Sladman, the grand fireworks display, and a mini Christmas concert at the park featuring Diwata. Local artists also showcased their talent during the activity, specifically the GRD dancers, and then the tribal what's the name? Forget. Let me check again the name of the group. I'll go back to that. Okay, so I'll mention that later. Well, I'll have my staff look for the name. So still part of the Christmas Park, the Hataw at Galaw sa Kapaskuhan. So we would like to give a chance again to local dance groups to enjoy Christmas by showcasing their dancing skills during the Hataw at Galaw sa Kapaskuhan. This was held last December 11, 2023 at Albay Astrodome. Okay? And then we had the Christmas Park Exciting Bicol Pastores. So, Pastores is a local heritage or is an intangible heritage of not just Albay, also the Bicol region. So we played host to this activity here in Albay. This was held last December 12, 2023 at the Albay Astrodome. About 12 contingents participated in this activity region-wide, and we are happy that this activity was a success, and the winner of this activity came from the province of Albay, which is Santo Domingo, Albay. And then we had the Christmas Park 2023, the Albay Santa Morning Cheers. This was held December 16 to 24, 2023. This is an advocacy of our office because we are always requested by the kids here in Albay to hold this activity, because this really brings joy during the 9-day early dawn novena of here that is being held during the 9 days of the novena in this every December 16 to 24, 2023. So this was the schedule of this activity. So last December 16, the Asanta Sleigh went to Legazpi and Daraga. December 17, Malinaw and Tiwi. December 18, Ligao City. December 19, Santo Domingo. December 20, Ginubatan and Kamalig. December 21, Bakakay and Malilipot. December 22, Pulangi and Uwas. December 23, Tabaco City. And December 24, Legazpi City. Okay. So I'll go back to the name of one of the artists that performed. That was the Oragon Drum Beaters. Thank you to the Oragon Drum Beaters for showcasing and sharing their talents during the opening of the Christmas Park last December 1. Okay. Pitikaw is the one spearheading or is assigned to handle the project, which is the inscription of Mayon volcano to the World Heritage List. So Governor Grex Lagman gave out the marching order or the directives that we try to write a nomination dossier again for Mayon volcano or Mount Mayon Natural Park to be inscribed in the UNESCO World Heritage List, because he wants this as strategy as one of the major strategy for Albay to increase its tourist arrivals by being one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Okay, so what were the activities that were held for us to be able to write the nomination dossier? First, there was a write-up on the writing of the nomination dossier for the inscription of Mayon volcano to the UNESCO World Heritage List that happened last April 18 to 19, 2023 at the Governor's Guest House. The write-up was done to determine the appropriate criterion for Mayon volcano's nomination based on the criteria set forth by UNACOM or UNESCO. Experts from UNACOM and were invited, such as archaeologists from the University of the Philippines served as resource speakers. The cultural mappers and researchers from BU and USTL and local historians were also the participants for this workshop. Okay, so there was also a stakeholder consultation that was held last July 24, 2023. The speakers and consultants from NCCA and UNACOM Manila were invited to present and the helpful factual information so that we will be able to set the direction for the writers and researchers. Okay. Next, the third major program is the Albay Biosphere Reserve Program. We are proud to say that Albay is the third biosphere in the Philippines the next to Palawan and Puerto Galera. So we were inscribed as Biosphere Reserve last March 19, 2016 in Lima, Peru. So this biosphere program is lodged in our office, and our objective is to maintain the distinction for Albay as one of the 3 LGUs in the Philippines listed in the MAN and the Biosphere program of UNESCO. So what were our activities for this year? Anyway, our main concern is for us to stay in the program as we are going to be reviewed come 2026. So the ABRMC Council, first council meeting was held in March 29, 2023 at Absemdo, Kamalig, Albay. The meeting entailed ABR updates, a presentation of the 2022 project initiatives in the core zones, protected areas, and the MMNP, and other protected areas in Albay, and then the open discussion among members. So our main objective is for the sustainable development here in the province. So there was also another meeting held last June 5, 2023 by the ABRMC Council, this time by the Technical Working Group. The aim of the meeting was to identify barangays along the buffer zones and core zones, and then discuss the different management plans of LGUs in their respective protected areas, and then a check of the inclusion of protected areas in the respective CLUPs of Albay LGUs. Okay, and then as a result of the ABRMC first council, there was a resolution to declare November 3 as an Albay Biosphere Day. So with the provincial resolution number 0813-2023 was crafted by the SPA, declaring the 3rd day of November of every year as Albay Biosphere Reserve Day. And so last November 3, 2023 was the first celebration. There was a tree planting activity that was held at the provincial campsite at Basag, Ligao City, Albay. This was participated in by the ABRMC members and then the various LGUs and the academe and stakeholders of the province of Albay. So this was the celebration. We were fortunate to have BM Melissa Abadesa as one of our guests. Okay, so Albay Biosphere Reserve Management Council is very fortunate to be the representative in the 14th Southeast Asia Biosphere Reserve Network Conference held last November 13 to 15, 2023 at Hilton Hotel, Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, Malaysia. So during that activity, Albay represented the Philippines and delivered the country report for the Philippine Biosphere Reserve Network, consisting the UNESCO inscribed Puerto Galera BR, Biosphere Reserve, Palawan BR, and Albay BR. The conference was attended by almost all members of the ASEAN, with the UNESCO inscribed biosphere reserves in their respective countries, including delegates from Japan, Australia, and Timor-Leste. So we had the last ABRMC full council meeting last December 5, wherein plans were set for the activities to be held to be implemented in 2024. So there was an identification of ABRMC members' functions and responsibilities as well. Okay. So that's it. We have those were the activities that we had in 2023 for the Provincial Tourism, Culture and Arts Office, and we look forward to 2024 with new activities such as for product circuit development and promotion. We have to do more activities on mountain tourism because we are now a member of the International Mountain Tourism Alliance. Where this was a result when Governor Grex went to China to participate in the Convention on Mountain Tourism and Outdoor Sports in Gwangju Province, China. So we will strengthen our linkaging with the private sectors by including the farm tourism sites, the Albay Farm Tourism Association as one of the associations that we will be catering to in 2024. We will be having more capacity development for tourism workers so that we can upgrade the knowledge and skills of our local tourism workers. So we will be updating our local tourism development plan as it will be expiring on 2026. So we will start collecting new ideas, new information to update this local tourism development plan. The regulation of Mayon Trek ecotourism activity will be we will be partnering with Protected Area Management Board of the MMNP so that we'll be able to perform this activity correctly. And then hopefully we will be able to upgrade our office to be able to serve better our walk-in tourists. And of course, we'll celebrate Magayon Festival with more activities that will cater to our tourists and other the locals alike. Okay, for cultural preservation and arts development program, we will continue with activities that will ensure the preservation of our local culture and heritage, both tangible and intangible. We will continue the linkaging with local cultural stakeholders and councils, especially for the 9 disciplines of the arts, and also cultural linkaging with other national agencies such as the NCCA. We already had initial talks with the NCCA for the celebration of the National Food Month to be held here in Albay come April. So we'll be organizing other local groups per sector, local art groups per sector. The heritage site conservation and protection as presented by the LGUs, and also do more cultural mapping so that we'll discover more local heritage that we can preserve. We will integrate our local culture in the community by producing IEC materials that can be used as reference materials by our students and other cultural workers. We will try to find areas for our Albay Tourism and Heritage Center, but we will be having one here at the Capital Annex 2, which is now under construction. And then we'll try to acquire heritage houses if they're available in the market. So it is our target that we will have our nomination to say submitted to UNACOM Manila and UNESCO France come September 2024. And we will continue with the Biosphere Reserve Management Promotion and Networking, or the ABRMC Council support and management. So we will be supporting the PGA in the development of the tourism economic enterprises so that we'll have income opportunities for the locals. Okay, so with that, I thank you for listening and for giving me the opportunity to share with you our implemented projects for 2023 and our projected projects, programs and activities for 2024. Once again, thank you very much, PIO, for this opportunity, And I wish, on behalf of the Provincial Tourism Cultural Affairs Office, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to all of you. Thank you.